that, we will start with questions for Francisco Lindor. Pat on the right. Like I said, we've installed wireless microphones, so there's no need to wait for the microphone.
I'll be the guinea pig. Francisco, this is your 4th season with the Mets. You've been here for a bit now, gotten comfortable. Do you feel like now you've grown into that leadership role on the team since you've been a voice in here for a while now?
I do feel very comfortable being here. This is home right now. I've been telling everybody, welcome home, welcome home. It feels nice to be here. And when it comes to the leadership aspect, I do consider myself one of the leaders of the team, but that's also for my peers to decide. You know, they want to follow whoever they got to follow. I do believe successful teams have about 5 to 6 leaders. You know, starts with the manager, and then you have other players in there in those roles as well. But yeah, I do consider myself as one of the leaders of the team for sure. I try to do whatever it takes to make everybody comfortable and guide them through different processes that they got to go through on a daily basis. And I take a lot of pride in posting up as well. So yeah.
Francisco, can you just talk about on the eve of, well, hopefully eve of opening day, you know, just your feelings and excitement to get back out there?
Yeah, I'm extremely excited. It feels, whenever you come into a new season, it's usually kind of cooler like how it is right now. And for some reason, it seems like it rains in our every opening day. So yeah, it kind of, as soon as I woke up and I felt like it was kind of like that gray type of day. It was like, yes, I'm back to opening day in a way. So I'm very excited for it. I'm excited because we have a fresh start. We have so many players that are looking to have an amazing year, including myself. And we get to play with a lot more fans. You know, it's great to be in Lucy and play games, but it's not enough fans. You know, I want to play in the 3 decks full of fans and experience all the new things that we have here in Citi Field, and it feels. Opening days always feel special. You know, it gives me the butterflies. And Mandy said today, don't take it for granted, and I think that's great because you can't take it for granted. No matter how many open days you have, you never know if it might be your last one. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to go out there. I'm not looking forward to the rain or cold, but it feels like opening day, so I love it.
Bill on the left.
How is it to have Edwin Díaz back for a full season? And what does he mean on and off the field?
Edwin is one of the leaders of the team, and he's one of the most electric pitchers in the game. So having him to finish games, it's gonna be great. You know, it was great the previous years. It's almost like whenever you have a closer of that caliber, it's almost like you play for 8 innings, you know, and then here comes Edwin, and you expect 9 to 12 pitches, and we get out. You know, he of course is human. He's gonna have tough days as well, but he gives you that sense of like calmness, like that. Okay, all right, we're about to finish this, you know. So it feels good to have him, and he's a good friend, and I'm looking forward to seeing a bounce back year for him.
Tina in the back.
Francisco? From the start of spring training, you had just positive thoughts about this team, even more so than maybe, prognosticators.
Mm-hmm.
Now going through the full spring training, what are your expectations that the Mets can do this season?
Win. I expect that. I expect good baseball day in and day out. With that being said, we're gonna have tough days, maybe tough weeks, but I expect all of us to come out there day in and day out and be Major League Baseball players, you know. So we gotta play the game the right way. We gotta go out there and execute when we need to execute, and we gotta count on each other. You know, I will not get it done every single at bat, but Pete might pick me up, and vice versa. Nemo will not get it done every at bat, and I will pick him up, and then it goes down the lineup like that. I expect a group that's gonna go out there and play for each other, compete, put a great performance every single day, for everybody, for ourselves, and winning. winning. At the end of the day, that's the one thing that we're here for. We're here to try to win ball games, and I expect nothing less.
Keisha on the left.
I think so. I think you said you expect to win, of course, and go all the way, but do you think this season in particular, it feels like there's less outside pressure for you guys to win and go all the way, and do you think that can be helpful for the group that's in the clubhouse?
We in New York, it's not less outside pressure. There's always pressure, but it's a good pressure. You know, it's if you compare it to years before, yeah, there's not as many big names. There's not as many players making that much money. So in a way, we're not in the top of the list of everybody. But we are the New York Mets. Every time we step into a new field or even a city field, they're trying to beat us. You know, they give us their A game. So that's something I'm looking forward to, because I know we got to go out there and prove ourselves. You know, it don't matter who we play, don't matter who's on the other side. They're big leaguers as well. So the pressure is always going to be there. You know, the pressure. I mean, you don't go to every press conference and have 15, 20 media members and 10 cameras. You know, so there's always pressure, but it's a good pressure. It's a pressure that we all thrive on and we all look forward to.
Laura on the left.
Hey Francisco, how do you feel like your leadership style, I guess, has evolved since you first came to New York?
I've definitely become a more mature player, a better person, and someone that more that you can come to me and I listen a lot more. So yeah, there's definitely has been some maturity in it. I've had ups and downs here, and I've learned from everyone in this city, in this room, and in the clubhouse over there. You know, I ask Alan all the time, how did I do today? You know, how did I do? How did I talk? You know, so because at the end of the day, it's one of those I continue to learn, and when it comes to the leadership part, as a team, as a human, I learn from it, and then I just pass it on and give the knowledge to others, so they don't make the same mistakes that I've made, or they navigate a little bit different, or the same route. You know, there's some things I've done right. So yeah, like I said, I'm more mature. I listen a lot more. I like the input when people give me input and they come back to me and they say, man, I don't think this was right, or man, you managed that one very well. And yeah, I've definitely grown. And with that being said, I will make mistakes, but I'm more comfortable. I'm definitely more comfortable, and it feels like home. So whenever you feel like you're in a place where you're home, you're safe, you definitely navigate your days a little bit different.
Andrew on the left.
Francisco, obviously last year you had the 30-30-30 season. Have you set any personal goals for yourself heading into this campaign?
Yeah, I would like to repeat and do better, you know, but ultimately what the biggest goal I have is winning. So for me, it's one of those where it's a fine line. You know, I do have personal goals. I do want to be the best version of Francisco Lindor day in and day out. However, for me, winning it solves every problem or every challenge that I have, and whenever I'm playing winning baseball, whether we win or lose, I'm giving my best. You know, my mindset just changes. I don't go through emotions. So coming in, it's just playing winning baseball day in and day out. It's gonna help the rest of the goals align.
In the front.
Hey, saludos Francisco. Nuevamente toca ser el tercer bate del equipo, la llegada de Edwin Martínez.
Pues JD Martínez es una adquisición muy buena, muy grande. Uno de los mejores bateadores que ha tenido la liga en los últimos 7, 10 años. Contento de que está aquí, que nos va a ayudar en algún momento. Entusiasmado de aprender de las cosas que él tiene. Ha estado con muchos jugadores grandes que han estado en la liga por mucho tiempo. Él tiene mucho conocimiento. Entusiasmado por su llegada. nos va a ayudar, pero sé que tenemos un buen grupo de muchachos aquí en el Clubhouse que nos van a ayudar también, que vamos a ir aprendiendo de ellos, y también los muchachos de Liga Menor que van a subir, que vamos a estar en una buena posición, ¿entiendes? Un buen equipo, un equipo bonito, un equipo alegre, un equipo que confiamos mutuamente en cada uno.
Y como tercer bate, ¿cómo te sientes?
Bien, si estoy ready, listo para la batalla. Tengo salud y tengo buenos bateadores al frente mío y atrás mío, so va a ser un año divertido, por favor de Dios.
Few more, Mark.
Hey Francisco, you mentioned that Mendy told a couple of guys that cherished opening day. As part of the leadership group, it's his first opening day as a manager. Have you guys given him any advice?
I talked to him in the off season, and I just watched how he went about it day in and day out. And I mean, he's been around longer than me, so he has managed things extremely well. He seems like he's ready. He's happy. He seems like he's very extremely optimistic, and yeah, I can't wait to be there tomorrow and witness his first day and see how nervous he's gonna be and how anxious he's gonna be and see if, because in spring training everything seemed like he was ahead of every move he made. I can't wait to see when the lights are on and watch him go about it. I'm sure he'll be very prepared for tomorrow, and so is the rest of the staff. We have a really good staff here, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing him. And when it comes to advice, like I said, I've gotten better at listening more than I talk. So yeah, we'll see how I wake up tomorrow. If I wake up in the talkative mode, then I'll tell you something too.
We'll do two more, one in the back.
Francisco, en español para todo el mundo, ¿cómo te sientes de como ya profesional y no novato, sino un veterano, el opening day mañana?
Me siento bien, gracias a Dios, entusiasmado por el día de mañana. Al final del día, sí, ya está en mi noveno opening day, pero me siento como un niño, como un novato, ¿entiendes? Las maripositas que le da a uno, la ansiedad y esas cositas buenas, ricas que uno siente al comienzo de la temporada. Estoy entusiasmado por esas cosas porque me gusta, ¿entiendes? Me gusta esa sensación, me gusta sentir que estoy en el mismo nivel que todo el mundo y que ahí uno empieza a subir las escaleras día tras día. Ready para el día de mañana y ansioso para tener un buen comienzo de la temporada.
And final question all the way in the end on the left.
Hey Francisco, just seeing the players that are still here, I know roster cuts are gonna be made probably today, but seeing the players who are still here, what stands out to you about maybe the strengths of this team and just how it's constructed after spring training?
We have a lot of really good basketball players in that clubhouse. Except me, I can't choose. But no, just looking at the guys, everybody seems like we've been playing with each other for a while. We've been playing next to each other for a while for some reason. Because there's a lot of new guys here, but it just feels like we're in a place where we're comfortable around each other. And in Lucid, we have a lot of basketball. Here we have pool, we have many different ping pong. It's still not set up, but I feel like there's a lot of different games that guys are gonna gravitate to and continue to get more comfortable with each other, continue to grow together and pull the rope alongside each other. So that's what has impressed me the most, how comfortable the group seems, and whenever everybody comes in, their smiles and their willingness to go out and readiness to go out there and practice, even though it's a day that might be a little cold and wet. Everybody seems like they're ready to take the field. So I like where we at. I like how the vibes feels in the clubhouse, and I'll definitely get better at basketball.
Did the basketball hoop come north?
No, they bought a new one. So we can't afford it here. So it's a little different. I gotta get used to the rim, but I'll be good by the end of the year.
One final one on next to you.
Kind of just to build off that, you mentioned your own personal expectations.
Mm-hmm.
How would you kind of describe the team's expectations and how much is last year a motivator for this squad?
I mean, it's last year's is last year. You know, you leave it in the past. It's one of those where nobody really cares. We all have moved on. We learn from it, but we are in 2024, and the expectations are to win. You know, nobody's here saying we'll see how it goes. No, it's we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna compete day in and day out. You better show up and compete. You gotta post up. You gotta post up. We're all gonna be there competing. We gotta play Major League Baseball. You know, with that being said, it's gonna be tough days. There's gonna be days that they're not gonna feel like we are at our best, but that's every team. And the beauty of opening day is everybody starts with the same record. Everybody starts with the same numbers. So you get to build from day one, and let's see who's gonna end up climbing the most stairs.
All right, thank you very much, Francisco.
Yep.